Hello. When it comes to wearing seatbelts, the people who don't wear their seatbelts come up with all these different excuses like, I'm a good driver, I don't need my seatbelt, or, oh, I'm just going around the corner, it'll be fine, or it chokes me, I don't like the way it rubs on my neck, it's annoying. There are even people who think that seatbelts cause harm in the vehicle. They'll come up with the excuse that if I get into a crash, I don't want to be strapped in my seatbelt and stuck in my car. But what these people don't realize is more than 33,700 people die per year, all with one thing in common. They're not wearing their seatbelt in the event of a crash. In 2018 alone, an estimated 14,955 lives were saved due to wearing a seatbelt. One of these lives were my dad's. It was in the spring. My sister and I, we had a softball game. It was a really big game against our school's rival. And we were pumped for the game. We were all excited, and we ended up winning the game. So my parents were all excited for us, and they wanted to celebrate. So we thought, oh, let's go out to dinner at our favorite restaurant to celebrate. And we're like, oh, cool. So my sister and I were on the bus going back to school, and we received the phone call that nobody should ever have to get. It was my mom calling us to let us know that my dad had been in a really bad car accident. When you hear those words, your stomach just kind of drops, and you're just thinking in your head, oh my God, is he okay? What happened? Was it his fault? What's going on now? We had none of those answers. So automatically, you're just thinking in your head, worst case scenario. You're never thinking of the good thing, and that just causes so much emotional pain and stress, and you're just so worried. So here, I'm going to show some pictures of my dad's truck. Luckily for us, my dad was buckled up and his airbags did deploy. My dad is still here with us today, although his truck did roll several times and it landed on his feet. He was able to walk away simply with a scratch on his leg. That's it. I firmly believe my dad is still here with us today because he got into the car and buckled up. Along with all the crazy emotions that my family has had to deal with my dad's accident, we've also had to go through something nobody should ever have to. When I was younger, my uncle died in a tragic car accident. Although he was buckled up, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. It just happens. He did everything right, and he's still not here with us today. But it changes lives forever. Our lives have still never been the same without him. But that pain could be much worse if your family has to know that you chose to get into your car that day and not buckle up, and that's why you're not here. That pain is so immense. That would be awful. Wearing your seatbelt should be automatic. You should get into the car, sit down, and buckle up. It should be a habit. It takes maybe 2 seconds to do. Not wearing your seatbelt can and will cause life-threatening injuries, or it could even be the cause of your death. Do not let something so simple be the cause of your death and the reason you are not with your loved ones anymore. After all, it will save your life in the event of a crash. Plain and simple. The Ohio State Highway Patrol states that car accidents happen more often when people are not wearing their seatbelts. This is coming straight from the men and women who are out there dealing with these cases all the time, and they have to witness such tragedies all the time. In 2018 alone, they made 129,638 stops related to seatbelt usage. So far, in 2019, they have made 9,532 stops related to seatbelt usage. I also found that in Shelby County and Miami County, we have had a combined total of 3,620 car crashes this year. That is more than what a lot of counties have added up together, and we're just two. According to the CDC, motor vehicle crashes are the #1 leading cause in teen death. Every day, ages 16 to 19 die in a motor vehicle crash. 16s die every day in a motor vehicle crash. That is crazy. According to Fitzpatrick, Marino, Santos, Sosa, PC, there are many, many, many reasons why you should buckle up in the car. One of those is it keeps your body in the car. When you're not buckled up, you have all this momentum coming in the event of the crash, and your body will just go flying. When you're buckled up, that seatbelt is going to keep your body from that forward motion. It's going to keep your momentum from taking you, even through the front windshield. Another reason is seatbelts spread out the force of the collision. So when you're not wearing your seatbelt, that force is going to be everywhere. And when you are, it's going to spread that so you're not getting hit with all the collision in one area. 3, they slow your body down. So they are going to strap you in with your strongest parts of your body, which are, in children and adults, is your shoulders and your hips. So you have that strap going right over your shoulder and right over your hips, so your body is not going to be able to fly forward as fast. Another thing is it protects your brain and your spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord injuries happen when you have those quick twists and jerking movement. When you are strapped in your seatbelt, you are being held down. Your body isn't going to do those fast motions. And lastly, it's required by law to wear your seatbelt. So wear your seatbelt. According to the Brand Law Firm, 101 people die every day in a car crash. 43% of that 101 are people who are not wearing a seatbelt. That is way too high of a percentage. We need to make a change. Even if you think, oh, I'm just going around the block, or it chokes me, or I'm a good driver, unexpected things can happen. It could not be your fault. You need to do everything you can to ensure your own safety when you're in the car. So please, everyone, buckle up for your own good and for the good of your family and friends. After all, nobody deserves to get that phone call.